Hello there and welcome back. We are here doing the lessons of A Course in Miracles, and today we are on lesson 223. We are definitely getting there. God is my life. I have no life but His. And yesterday's lesson was God is with me. I live and move in Him. Yesterday was an interesting day. In the morning, I had to hitch up the travel trailer and take it over to get some repairs done. And as I was hitching it up yesterday morning, I was getting totally attacked by mosquitoes, and I got stung by a bee, which hasn't happened to me in oh my God, since I was a little girl. And I immediately, I was cursing a little bit because it surprised me and it hurt, but I immediately started thinking about, what does it mean? This is an encounter with nature. Speaking of an encounter with nature, got a lot of ducks over here getting ready to come and see me. No, they're turning away now. I don't have any food for them. Anyway, so this bee stings me and I start thinking about what does it possibly mean? So I totally dosed myself up with lavender and frankincense, which definitely has an emotionally calming effect. So that was wonderful. I feel like the bee sting is about being grateful for what I have now and not wishing for something else, and to stay in the present moment. Don't leave the present moment. Stay here, focus here now. Don't regret the past. Don't have anxiety about the future. Just stay here. So I don't know. I mean, bees have a lot of tremendous medicine, but getting stung by one kind of got my attention. So I'm gonna be staying present and focusing on gratitude for what I do have in my life right now, and just taking it one moment at a time. So there you go. Let's get into lesson 223. God is my life. I have no life but His. I was mistaken when I thought I lived apart from God, a separate entity that moved in isolation, unattached and housed within a body. Now I know my life is God's. I have no other home, and I do not exist apart from Him. He has no thoughts that are not part of me, and I have none but those which are of Him. Our Father, let us see the face of Christ instead of our mistakes. For we who are your holy Son are sinless. We look upon your sinlessness, for guilt proclaims that we are not your Son, and we would not forget you longer. We are lonely here and long for heaven, where we are at home. Today we would return. Our name is yours, and we acknowledge that we are your Son. So that's lesson 223. And now we're going to switch over to A Year of Forgiveness and see what the 2019 remix has to say about this. God is my life. I have no life but God's. You are blessed beings indeed. I am that one you know as Jesus. The ego does not like the sound of this. It wants to be in charge. It wants to control everything. It wants to be the complete owner of you. But as you can see from your experiences, the more connected you become to the divine, the more connected you become to your inner guidance system, and the easier life gets, the less stress you have, and the less fear you have. So the ego's desire to be completely in charge of everything is a fearful place. It may seem that we are giving you contradictory information here, because we are telling you that you are the captain of your own ship and should follow your inner guidance. That sounds like the ego's world, does it not? What we mean that you should do that after this clarification process, A Course in Miracles lessons. So you are going to have mixed and confusing information directing you to make conflicting decisions until you have gone through the 365 lessons. This does not guarantee that you're going to be fear-free or that you are going to be completely unconfused. Tell me about it. It means that after 365 lessons and practicing all these things, as well as your ongoing forgiveness, you will have a much clearer idea of what is actually going on when you become fearful, when you have a negative reaction, and when you attack somebody or feel attacked. You will say, this is my doing. What's going on here? Why am I so volatile? Why am I so fearful? Whereas before the clarification process, you might have said, what's wrong with you? Why are you attacking me? It's a complete turnaround. These lessons lead you toward a deep state of surrender to what is, because you know that you cannot change what is in this moment. You must accept it. And the guidance you are able to tune into once you come to a deep place of surrender becomes very, very clear. You are happy more often. You are fearful less often. You can gauge much more easily your true feelings about whether or not you want to participate in something. This is an introductory phase in which you are heading toward a deeper surrender of knowing that you have a purpose here. You are connected to deep and loving guidance, and you can discern which promptings from within your mind and heart to listen to. I am that one you know as Jesus, and we will speak to you tomorrow. So these lessons are going along very nicely with the 40 days and 40 nights practice that I've also started doing. It feels like I have a lot going on in my spiritual world because especially we're getting ready to do this move next weekend, but it's really helping me. It's really, really helping me. So the topic last night was about really knowing what is going on in your mind. What are you saying about yourself? And the guidance was just to take really nice care of yourself before you go to sleep. And once you get into bed, just lie there and kind of let the feelings come, kind of dealing with what is, accepting what is, and hearing what your mind is producing. So it's interesting, the synchronicity here. God is my life, I have no life but His, where you're making it really simple, I guess. Like, of course, you're listening to your thoughts, and there's a lot that's coming in, perhaps a lot of self-doubt talk, but the more that we can just hear it and not buy into it and continue telling ourselves, God is my life. Even if it sounds completely like it's not real. That's another thing that came up in the message yesterday, was just keep doing the lessons, keep practicing, even if it sounds like complete BS. Like if you say God is my life, I have no life but His, but yet there's a voice in your head that's like, you have a great life, you have a total life outside of God or whatever, like it doesn't matter, because I think what these lessons are doing for us is overriding that societal programming and the deep indoctrination that we've all been subjected to. And the other thing, I'm still reading the autobiography of a yogi, and it's again like reinforcing this idea of trust and surrender and opening up to the true gift of life, and not the material world, and not whatever, when we're comparing ourselves to others, like whatever that result is. There's so much more out there waiting for us if we can surrender to the moment, to the now moment. So there you go, lesson 223. I hope you all are doing well. Oh, and my hand is, you can see the difference here. I got stung like somewhere right in here. So there's a little bit of swelling, but it's not bad. I had a little bit of aching last night when I laid down, but yeah, I think everything's okay. And I'm just gonna take in the lesson about staying in the present moment, being present. We'll see what happens. Thanks for watching. Have an awesome day, and I'll see you tomorrow.